Can I tell you what we're watching here? If you really want to get down to brass tacks, if you want to know what's going on between Trump and Fox News and Trump and the rest of the media, if you want to know, if you really want to understand this, you are watching a Trump negotiation that you never normally would see. Most negotiations take place behind closed doors, whatever they are. Negotiating a compensation package, negotiating a deal between countries, a deal between one business and another, whatever it might be. They never do those in public. Nobody sees those talks. And when they're over with, there's a mutual announcement. Happy today that the XYZ Widget Company and the ABC News Media Company have reached agreement on a new accord to do blah, blah, whatever it is. And everybody goes, has a cocktail. It's the end of the day. But you never see how they got there. What you're seeing here, this is Trump. This is how he negotiates. It's all there. Look how the art of the deal. When to walk away, when to have the courage to walk away, when to say no, when to mean it. You're watching a negotiation. He doesn't think the rules, the setup is advantageous based on previous experience, so he's not going to do it again. It's so far outside the rules that it's considered rude. It's considered to be obstinate. It's considered to be arrogant. Who is this upstart? Who is it that thinks he's bigger than the rules? This stuff all reminds me of Steve Jobs in a way. Steve Jobs used to, one of his big advertising slogans early on in the days of Apple was Think Different. And Jobs would constantly tell people, why do you assume everybody's smarter than you are? Just because they've got the job and you don't? Just because they're in a position and you're not? Why do you accept that? You accept that because of the rules. You accept that because that's just the way things always are. Somebody earns more than you, they've got to be smarter. Somebody has a job more powerful than yours, they've got to be smarter. They've got to be better. Don't think that way. Don't naturally subordinate yourself to everybody. Just because you're not in the club that's making the rules does not mean they know more than you do about how to be best for yourself. And Jobs' point was so few people ever actually stand up for themselves. It's considered too risky. It's safer to conform. It's safer to go by the rules. It's just safer to let everything fall out as it's supposed to and try to make your mark within those confines. But when you do it that way, you're still waiting on somebody above you to anoint you and grant you the permission to climb the next rung on the ladder rather than just doing it on your own and letting the chips fall. That's the way corporate structures. I worked for a corporation for 5 years and found out after year 3, I'm not made for that because I'm not a conformist. And I don't have 40 years to wait to climb the ladder to do what the rules of that game say you have to do to become a VP. And that's all Trump's doing here. He's taking the way he lives his life and always has. And this does not equal support for Trump. I'm explaining it. The way he lives his life, the way he always has, and he's decided he wants to get into politics, and he's going to continue to run by his rules. He's not going to sit there and willingly let people take shots at him just because that's what you always have to do if you want to be elected president. You've got to go through the media gauntlet. No, he doesn't, he's saying. Anyway, I got to take a break. I'm way long here. Next segment's going to be short. I apologize in advance.